Flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than
I'm out of money, aka Trap, and welcome to the official Sorting the Game album review of Stevie Crooks Fioravanti. I'm not saying it right. Excuse me. Vroom vroom. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it now. Ever since I got introduced to Stevie Crooks off of his Street Elegance album that came out last year, if you have not heard that, please listen to it. That was one of my favorite projects of last year. I also have on the channel, I dropped a Who Is, just to familiarize myself and y'all with Stevie Crooks, because he is so dope to me, a true student of the game. That's all I have to say when it comes down to that. I'm gonna tell you, this project is a movie. This project is a movie. So let's get into it. First track on here is 305, and it's opening credits, right? And he just like, letting these niggas know, and it's weird because he's such a spitter. I've never heard him really come across as braggadocious as he does, like on this first track on here. But he is setting the tone for this movie. Like, you feel me? But it's starring him. Most certainly it's starring him. But just really dope. Buckle up and take this ride with me. And then the album really starts. So first track on here. From the West Side with Slugs. And he's setting up this scene here of this, like, I want to say he's bringing the 80s into, 2020. That it's not just like this heavily 80s Scarface, Miami Vice type inspired thing, because he's from the West Coast. But it's like bringing that shit into 2020, and that's the only way I could really describe it. He calls himself on here Slim Reaper with my hoodie, holding a Slim Reaper with my sickle, holding my hoodie. Just giving you this, this effect of what's going on there. Next track on here, Daytona, and he's taking a more traditional flow, what I'm used to hearing him like on Street Elegance, because he definitely has his own style. And he shows a lot of that on Street Elegance. But the first two tracks on there, he's giving you a little bit something different. So he's taking a more traditional flow on this track, just to let you know I'm here, I'm still here, and I appreciate him doing that. Next track on here is called 8th Street, and this has this like Spanish tropical steel drummy type beat on here, but he switches his flow up on here, and he's breezing on this track. And it's weird because I don't really like say too many other bars and stuff like that, because the joint really is like an audio movie, like for real. Like, this is what he's giving you here, which is highly creative if you ask me. Next track on here, Seagulls in the Mustang, and he's just talking to you. He's talking to you on this track, and like I said, he's taking this kind of braggadocious approach and stuff like that, which I'm not mad at, because following along in his discography, he has every right to be braggadocious at any point in time with whatever the fuck he wants to do, to be honest with you. And if you dig into him as well, you would definitely see what I mean and see that it's warranted for him to be talking like this. You feel me? Seagulls in a Mustang, I ain't got one lane. And it's true, because like I said, that's why I mentioned his discography, because, he has that old school 90s flow down pack, all the gritty stuff and all of this. And then he has this, like, this elevated flow that he goes into, where everything has this luxury texture and stuff on it, and he could go any way he wants to. And he's like, that he can go any way he wants to, and he chose to go this like cinematic route. It's not a real lane, but this is exactly what he's doing here. He's painting you a movie, not a picture, a motion picture, like an audio picture. It's crazy. Next track on here, Foxy Ferrari, and this has like the "Gotta Get You Home with Me Tonight" sample. So everything is falling right in order how it should be. Next track on here is called Bullseye. And like, okay, Bullseye has the most like it feels like what I'm used to from him, like the most feel. Like I told you on the other track that, you know, he's giving us a more traditional flow and stuff like that. But the track Bullseye, like this is a real airy beat, and this is where like his flow thrives at. Like this is him like at his like best, being him. You feel me? And not trying to play into the concept of this too much. And I appreciate that he goes back and forth between that to let you know like he ain't switch his style up. You know what I mean? He's not doing that here. He's being creative and he's letting you know like, you know, that guy that you know from Street Elegance and before that is still here. Next track on here, Flamingo Lane. This beat is different. It's like this slow down, like sexy tropical beat, and this is like late, just that late night ride out, like late night riding, you know, pulling up to the shorty crib type of situation going on here. Really, really dope stuff. Next track on here, Testarossa. And this is like the main storytelling track on here. The beat switches and all of this is like synthesized in there. Really, really dope stuff going on here. It's crazy to describe this type of project because I like they're hard tracks. They're all, you know, have such a replay value on their own. But when you listen to it together, you grasp what is going on here. Next track on here, C'est La Vie, and that's just like, you know, real talk. Like just really, really talking to you, giving you, you know what I mean? Just giving you what you're supposed to have on this shit. Next track on here, Cruise Control. And all I put on here was talk to these niggas. Because that's what I'm saying. The points on here where he's being braggadocious and you know he's talking about himself and he's talking about how he's better than niggas and stuff like that. That shit is so warranted if you're into what he does. Like you will understand, like, yes. Last track on here, Waterfalls and Stone. That's the ending credits on here. Really, really, really dope stuff from my guy Stevie Crooks. Like, yo, if you haven't tapped into Stevie Crooks, please do it. Like I said, his last album, Street Elegance, one of my top projects of 2020. This right here was so hard. The concept and just making this full-ass movie type of thing going on was really, 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 really dope stuff. As you get into what he does, you're going to see it's no way that you could deny him what he does. So I'm about to get out of here. I'm Meta Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Meta Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys around. Peace.
Ready, steady, aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you know.